and welcome to Cloud Monday. And as you can see, Digimon Survive is the new game. And one of the reasons why I picked this, it's because it's leaving PlayStation Plus in 14 days or so. Yeah, I think November 18th is the last day for this game. So, with 14 days left or so, should you play it via the cloud? Or should you download it? That's kind of what we're looking at here. And of course, like all Cloud Monday videos, we'll do this across 2 days. The first thing it did was create an autosave, and then it just saved again. So that's a good thing. One of the things we're looking for is how a game saves. PlayStation Plus cloud streaming service will only give you a 20-second warning before your disconnection. So if you're able to save, or if the game itself is saving frequently, then that really helps if there's a disconnection, then you lose less and less time. We've had some games where the autosave has been like every 2 or 3 minutes, which has been fantastic. Do that. Well, you can make it go faster, okay. Yeah, I forgot to confirm. Well, let's get straight into it then. I don't really know much about this other than what it says on the PlayStation Store page, that this is some type of visual novel. So that could also mean that it's going to be a little slower. So instead of a game which may take 12 hours, if you're catching the Toys on Tuesday series, we're up to what, part 10 in that? So that's over 10 hours of story. We could have something similar here, where you might have to play every day to finish it before it comes off this PlayStation Plus cloud streaming service. Another save. But the Cloud Monday series has also shown that... Damn, not autoplaying. Can I make that autoplay, please? It's crazy how some games like that's dialogue. That's not what we got here. That's battle. I mean, we can try that. I think that would do it. But a lot of these games, visual novel style, will have on screen what buttons do what, how to initiate autoplay. So that didn't do it. So how do you do autoplay on this then? So they're back to normal just in case I do mess something up. Maybe there's a controller option. Well, that's the point. Data save load. Might as well check that out. Nothing here about... Ooh. During the store, you can save or load data with square. Autoplay with left. Okay. Well, first things first. There's data. We have the autosave, and we've got manual save. How quick is that? Quick enough. That's good to know. So left, top left. Okay, auto. Man, all these visual novel games just save on screen. Press this for this. The name Digimon Survive, is this meant to be a bit more of a survival horror kind of game, or less comedic kind of Digimon game, but something a bit more serious? Guessing this is a loading screen. Huh. Okay, we do get to fight. It's like Renamon. Okay, faster ones go first. Move to the blinking square. Well, I'm not noticing any lag here, certainly, and especially when we were in the menus. If you caught the Cyberpunk video, right from the very first time I started that game, when you get to the very first menu in the whole game, you know, where you choose to start, change the settings and everything, that very first menu I felt delay and lag, and it was very noticeable. But here, nothing so far. This is more of a tactics style of RPG, made famous by Final Fantasy Tactics. But if you're familiar with the Disgaea series, they use something close to this as well. I don't mind a lot of text on the screen like this because we got video and we're actually using it. We're putting it into practice immediately. Ideally, they could have a video with all that space on the right side. Certainly an interesting look, interesting take on Digimon. Kind of 2D in a 3D world. Face in a direction. Yeah, I thought that would be the case. You pick the side and hope that you get attacked from that side. Like, if I go this side, would he come between both of us and attack us that way? I don't know. Let's stick this way then. Over the enemy. We'll learn more by going into triangle. I guess it's nice to know their weaknesses. Digimon does have a type chart of sorts where one type's stronger than the other type. For the life of me, I think it's like virus, data, and something else type, but I've watched Digimon, I'm watching Beat Breakers, but I haven't actually played a Digimon game for quite a while. So let's switch back to normal. Attack from behind. Sure. Of course we can move the camera to make sure that is behind. Blue Blaster, sure. Flank attacks will do more damage, yep. Someone gonna come in and save the kids. Yeah, I don't know how smart that is going to be. Did you see it saved there? Can I save doing something like this? Like, this seems to be quite cinematic. Are we able to save in this? I wonder. Here, we may be able to save in it, but I couldn't tell you if we're going to save at this exact point. A lot of visual novels do let you save at a very specific point. If you've seen the Stories on Tuesday video, you can see that when we've loaded up a save to continue the story, it's been exactly the moment where we saved it previously. Or where the autosave called it. This film grain looks clear to me. When you get an effect like that, I do worry if this is going to affect the streaming. You have to remember, we're watching a video. So my controls are going to the cloud, and the cloud is sending back this video of what's happening. Oh. Oh wow, okay. Pretty grim start. Perhaps they're using film grain to highlight that it looks like it's the past. The items they were wearing, the clothes, I mean, looked not like 200 years old, but looked old. Ah, okay. So doing these specific scenes, the cinematics, we can't save. We can skip it to try and save. It's understandable. Very few of these games will let you save at the cinematic. They will often do an auto save before the cinematic. So we can check that out in a sec. Well, the art style doesn't look like Beat Breakers, the new anime. I wouldn't say it looks like the older anime. Magnitude 3 is not terribly big for Japan. I wouldn't say it's extremely common, but definitely 2s and 3s are somewhat common. Japan also has its own scale. Magnitude is more like around the world, but Japan has a scale 1 to 5. depending on how much damage is done to your apartment. So Japan scale, like 3 on the Japan scale, means that things might start falling off the shelves.
よしみんなそろそろ出発の時間だ引率の OB の言うことをよく聞くように遊びに来たんじゃないんだぞ時間厳守で行動することてれ
Somewhat lengthy opening cinematic. Again, if you get a disconnection, you only get 20 seconds to do something about it.
ああなんでもない
I'm surprised there's no subtitles there. We get like the opening trailer. Not quite. So let's test it. Here we go. Let's have a look, see if there was an autosave. If it's going to do this or the cinematic. Cinematic. Okay, so it was saved before the cinematic. Which probably means it's going to save before all the cinematics. So far... autoplay is turned off though. So left? Yeah, so far... pretty good choice to play from the cloud. It does look like Japanese schools you see around here. Obviously, most of the modern ones aren't made out of wood anymore. But a gym attached to this school building, I've definitely seen that around.
あんま面白くなさそうだよなまあそう言うなよ僕も同感だけど
I feel like the art's not static in the bottom left. Blinking, talking. This adds a little bit of life to the art. And perhaps makes it so that the art will have a face that shows an appropriate emotion. Certainly had some games where the conversation has been grim, but the art, because they're so limited, the artwork just doesn't match the mood. Okay. So we do get to choose our own story a little bit. Unfortunately, the main recording's just died, so this is the backup. Well, I'll ask about the plan, because we don't know.
葵さん、今日ってどういうコースになるんだっけまず桜並木だよね
The autoplay got turned off.
今日はそれとここそれにここもかしらミノルくんはキャンプの趣旨ちゃんと分かってます
ああこの土地に伝わる伝承とか土着信仰とかなんか独自なものがあって面白いんだってねまあ俺にはそこまで面白くはないけどないいんですよ野山でのびのび羽を伸ばせればさ
もうたくまくんだけが頼りよミノルくんの舵を取ってくださいね
いや僕もミノルの保護者ってわけじゃないしああどうしたんだ まただよ。また落石事故のニュース。
ああ、ここのところ連日よね。大丈夫かしら。大きな地震の前触れだと怖いわね。
いや、それもだけどさ、ちゃんと見てよ。俺今日見学に行くところの近所だよ。
あら、本当だわ。今日の予定は大丈夫なのかしら。
はーい、皆さん落ち着いて。大丈夫です。大丈夫ですから。何か問題が
I don't mind this camera swinging around player to player, person to person. I mean, we did a demo a while ago on Switch that had a similar style camera. Not Earth Defense Force, but it was a squad. It was a game I had to put behind H-Gate on YouTube. So you may not have seen it. So this style doesn't bother me, but it may be something you're not too familiar with, where it's just moving between person to person, between groups of people.
はーい、葵さん。
ミノル君は私が上級生ってことも忘れてはいないかしら。
葵さんも俺が下級生ってこと忘れてない？もっとさ、こう、こらーってさ、上級生活で吹かせて叱ったりしてみようぜ。
そんなの私にできるわけがないでしょ。さあ、私たちも行きましょうね、たくまくんも。
そうだな。行こうぜ、たくま。
Our friendship group does seem not in a negative way, but a little stereotypical of these sort of games, or even TV shows in general.
いやー、春って感じだよね。
本当ね。自然が豊かな場所だからかしら。なおさら綺麗に見えるわ。
Glad we came here. Seems appropriate.
キャンプに来てよかったな。この先の史跡も楽しみになってきたよ。
I'm gonna play this kind of like how I would do stories on Tuesday,
本当ね。
where the story we get is the story we get. I'm not going to be trying to get the perfect answers or all the trophies or anything like that.
面白いもんが見れそうかな。
Just gonna sit back, enjoy the story. So if you're unfamiliar with stories on Tuesday,
あんなとこにサキとリョウがいるぜ。
I do often take a little bit more of a back seat, so we can all, you and I can focus on the story. Does look like this excursion's got kids from 3 different age ranges. Does it sound like it's... Because here in Japan, high school and junior high school, it's 3 years each. So maybe this excursion's open to everyone in high school, which means all 3 years of high school. But yeah, rivers like this, walks, cherry blossoms along the rivers, open fields. When there is space to do something like this, Japan does this. It's not so much beautification, but that is a welcomed part of it. It's more to do with flood prevention. So when the weather's fine, there's no floods, you get a beautiful place to walk around. Where if there are floods or high tides, the water has somewhere to drain to. Where to go or who to talk with? Wants us to target them. Well, let me put the controller to the microphone so you guys can hear and then see when I press it. So, R1, 3, 2. Oh. Here we go. So not instant, but close enough. So we can talk with her more, talk with him. Well, it looks like we need to talk to her for the story. What if I just pick trees? And stream. I'll follow the story. Let's go with Saki. Surprised it's not voiced. Everything up to here has been voiced. There's always that moment in one of these games where the voices stop. Let's go for the this guy, Minoru. Did not know that. I wouldn't say this art is like extremely highly detailed, but it's well coloured. So in a perfect stream like we have at the moment, it's very, very crisp. But if the stream was to have macro blocking, so instead of fine colours to be more larger squares of colour, it would be perhaps a little noticeable, but not perhaps hugely distracting unless it was in like their faces. If we got macro blocking now in the face, then it would be hugely obvious, but everywhere else might be fine. We'll have to wait and see. Again, we do this across 2 parts to try and get a average from this. Translation's fun. Using the words like belly aching and babbling brook. Wait, middle school? See, junior high school. Because you've got elementary school, which is 6, junior high school, which is 3, and high school, which is 3. So if he's middle, does that mean he's junior high school? Because in England, I had 6 we called primary school and 6 high school. Could be like his grade 3 high school, perhaps. Grade 3 junior high school.
桜の木の下にはね、死体が。
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
そういう
So jolly.
話は今はいいから。それより私たちもそろそろ史跡の方へ向かいましょう。
みんなが向かった方はなんか参道じゃない？大変そうだな。
Oh, so he's reminiscing about this. Okay. Have you noticed every time it's been like a new chapter of the story, I've had a manual, an autosave. Yep, police cars are that small in Japan. They do have bigger ones.
なんでパトカーが？
There are also ones where like the middle has a raised roof section, so someone can stand up in the middle of the police car.
ああ、本当だ。立ち入り禁止のテープも貼ってあるわ。もしかしてミノルが言ってた落石事故とかと関係あるのかな。だったらやっぱ心配してた通りじゃん。何が大丈夫ですからだよ。なあ、たくま。
困ったわね。史跡まで行くにはここを通らないと。
何の史跡だっけ？
だからどうしてミノルくんは予習してないの？ほら、獣神にまつわる祭事の跡地の。
その獣神ってのが俺にはピンとこねえんだけどな。
仕方がないわ。
Beast gods. Sounds awfully like Digimon to me.
引き返す前に何があったのか、あそこで話を聞いてみようぜ。
Yes, get the lowdown on what's happening in here. So, I just triggered, just trigged that we a male protagonist wearing goggles. How many Digimon male protagonists have there been that have goggles or glasses? Because even the new one, Beat Breakers, the main character the story focuses around, wears glasses. These campers again. Who are they? You do get that a lot here. Especially, so even though some signs are like made out of wood or stone, it can be so faded. Even my Japanese friends have trouble reading them. Oh, go left. I don't know if I would call them pretty cool. Yeah, old people with farms. You'd be surprised how common it is. They'll basically retire and die on those farms without sometimes being able to pass it to family. Who's that?
あれ、あんなところに亮と咲だぜ。先に行ったと思ったら、あんなところで寄り道してたのか。
それよりあの女の子は誰かしら。
Ah, so we saw that character earlier.
よいか、よろしいかな。この落石事故は獣神様のたたりなのじゃ。たたりって今時？
くだらね。
そう、無遠慮で態度の悪いよそ者たちが来て山を荒らし、獣神様はお怒りじゃ。
I think she's just joking around,
獣神様を
teasing the tourists.
獣聖域。おいそれと足を踏み入れて良い場所ではありません。
Who knows, her family might run temple at the site.
何が獣聖域だよ、バカバカしい。大方、わけのわかんねえ石とか木彫りの熊みてえなの拝んでるだけだろ。田舎者が。
りょうったらちっちゃい女の子には強気に出ちゃって。
バンちげえよ。
田舎者って失礼だな。この辺りにはね、ちゃんと立派なお社があるの。新しく建てられたまがいものじゃなくて、地元の人しか知らない由緒ある本物の神社がね。神社って普通は古事記に載ってるような神様が祀ってあるんじゃないの？それかお稲荷様とか、そんなのかな。違う違う、地元の人しか知らないような不思議な獣の神様なの。
Weird thing for me is, having
こっち来てから
watched
初めて知
Digimon
ったんだよ。
for a long time,
見たこともないような神様でさ。
it's... Digimon are like born out of the digital world.
あります。
Digital world that we created. So, if this has been around for hundreds of years,
みゆ、お姉ちゃんは？
then
私はさっき。
how did the Digimon be created?
ねえねえ、みゆちゃん、その地元の人しか知らない神社案内してくれるかな？え？そりゃいいけど。
なんだ、物好きだな。そんなもんあるわけねえだろ。
あるって。
Like in the new Beat Breakers anime, Digimon are created from
暇だしさ。
um,
戻ってもどうせ
our
穴埋めの
energy
教材学習でしょ。りょうだってあれ苦手じゃ
and
ない。
our personal assistant AI
ついでに見に
things.
行かない？
So if Digimon have existed for hundreds of years, kind of curious as to how.
なんてない。
そうかいそうかい。おいガキ、
みゆ。
だったらそこ案内しなよ。嘘だったら承知しねえぞ。
史跡の代わりの校外学習になるわけもないでしょうに、さきさんたら。
いや、そういう殊勝な目的じゃないと思いますよ。
だいたい何の神社かもわからないのよ。勝手に行っていいわけないわ。
わからない。
So are they gonna go follow them?
少なくとも地図には載ってないわね。本当に地元の人しか知らない神社なのか、それともあの子の作り話なのか。
なあ、たくま、どうする？
Let them have fun, we have to stop them, sounds fun. Ah, man. We have to stop them, I don't know. Let's let them have fun.
おいおい、どこに行くつもりだよ、りょう。ちょい待てって
I
ば
guess
さ。
they disagreed with that. And gone and done their own thing.
うるせえ、こっち来んな。まあまあ、そう言わずに。ねえ、その神社へ行くのは危なくないの？
うん、大丈夫。獣神様の社は危険じゃないよ。ミノルくんたら待ちなさい。 あなたまで一緒についていってどうするの？私たちまで勝手な行動しちゃダメでしょ。
まあそれもそうだけどさ。あ、亮たち行っちゃったよ。
とにかく僕たちは次にどこに行けばいいか誰かの指示があるまで待とう。それかこのまま校舎まで引き返すか。
それはそれで面倒なんだけどな。
それよりも何があるかわからないし、やっぱりサキさんたちを追いかけないと。
そうだね。あと追い
Well,
かけよ
I've
う。
taken that choice out of my hands. I don't know how straight-laced you want to do this. Do you want to go back and get a teacher to tell on them? Do you want to follow them to make sure they're okay? I've definitely been to a couple of the tunnels like this in Japan.
なんだか暗くて
Before the Shinkansens and stuff were built. Little tunnels like this were built through hills and mountains.
なんだかここだけ気温が低いような。
Shizuoka Prefecture's got a couple of these I've been in.
っていうか
Yeah. They're cold and damp.
ちょっと変なこと言うのは
I
や
went
め
in
て。
one a couple of days after a landslide. So the exit was blocked, but they still let you in the front. Just you get to the bottom and you couldn't exit because there was half blocked off by a landslide. I think that was an earthquake. I think that was like a typhoon that blocked that off.
もっと先に行ったのかし
You
ら。
know, all these like old road tunnels, old train tunnels,
誰か来たぞ。
and of course with modern roads, modern trail tracks and stuff.
ダメじゃないか。
Lots simpler routes now used. So a lot of these tunnels are still there, but I wouldn't say abandoned. They're kind of mostly looked after, not frequently.
まったくりょうくんも年長者としての自覚を持ってほしいものだ。名簿にさきくんたちの電話番号があったはずだからとりあえずかけてみるか。
Guessing no signal. Either that or got a signal but they're not picking
あ
up.
の女の子が言ってた獣神ってどんなんだろうな。
さあ多分何かの動物なんだろうけど。
もうミノルくんたら今日行く予定だった史跡の説明聞いてなかったの？この地方に伝わる獣の姿をした神様だって教えてもらったじゃない。あの子他では見たことないって言っていたから、きっとこの土地の珍しい動物なんじゃないかしら。
それが神様になってたたりを起こしてんの？嘘だ、そんなのあるわけないじゃん。
昔の人はわからないことを神様のせいにしたのよ。それでお供え物をしたりしてたたりを鎮めようとしたの。きっとその神社も今はほとんど人が来なくなっちゃって、地元のほんの一部の人だけが参拝に来るくらいなのよ。
ま、そんなもんだよな。
ダメだ。さきくんだけでなくりょうくんにも繋がらない。電波が届かないようだ。
そっか。
Yeah, if you're driving around the mountains again, Shizuoka, I've done that. The higher up you go, there are moments where you do get no signal.
確かにこっちの方向にりょうくんたちが行ったんだよね。
For the most part, it's not too bad. But every now and then,
間違いないですけど。
この辺にはあいつらはいないようだな。神社はもっと先か？
地図に載ってないからどこを探してい
we're
いかわ
what,
からな
coming
い
up
よ。
to 45 minutes?
仕方ない。
All we've had at the Digimon right at the beginning in the prologue.
早く学校に戻ろう。このトンネルの先だね。よし、行こう。
At least there's a teacher with them now. I don't think you have to. kind of tried. I don't think I did that option when it was presented to me. I was very much let them do their own thing. So kind of nice of the game to think of me as someone who tried to stop them.
りょうくんとさきくんを連れ戻そう。
って言ってもどっちに行けばいいのか。
Through the tunnel.
なあ、
I've been to a couple of these where they do have like hiking route in or around, not necessarily through the tunnel, but around the tunnel or above it,
確か
kind of following old
キ
routes.
ャンプの参加者だよな。
But I would say go
ここ
through
ら
the
辺
tunnel.
に住んでるもので、今妹を探しているんだが。
妹さんを？
ああ、あいついつもフラフラと勝手に出歩く癖があってな。妹はなんていうか小動物っぽいやつだ。
Didn't come across that way, did she?
気弱な感じで守ってあげたような。
そんな女の子見なかったな。
サキたちと一緒にいたミュってことはイメージがだいぶ違うしな。ミュ？今ミュって言ったか？おお、言ったけど。
みゆちゃんってあの子よね。猫耳みたいな帽子をかぶった小学生くらいの。
ああ、そうだ。あったのか。
俺たちが見た子はもっと頭のおかしい子だったよな。
ちょっとミノルくん、失礼よ。
いやでもあれを人見知りとか守ってあげたいとかは違うだろう。
I mean, shrieking violet is the right word. It's just
ミュはどこに行ったんだ。
not exactly one you hear said often.
ごめんなさい。実は
Apart from
私たちも人を
perhaps
探
games
して
like
いる
this.
途中なの。
In the comments, when's the last time someone said shrinking violet?
それで俺たちは
Or when you
そいつらを
last
連れ
used
帰
it?
りに向かうところなんだ。
そうか。またあいつが勝手に。どうもありがとう。あそこには入っちゃいけないって言われてたのに。俺はカイト。よかったら君たちと同行させてくれないか。
目的は一緒のようだしな。いいぜ。
Yeah, the teacher should be the one saying some of this.
実は俺たちよく知らないんだ。
ああ、だったら俺が道案内しよう。ここで生まれ育ったわけじゃないにせよ。もう何年か住んでるからな。その神社の場所なら知っている。任せてくれ。
俺はミノル。そんでこっちがタクマで、こっちが葵さん。
僕は引率の修二。よろしく頼むよ、カイトくん。なあ、みんな。今って春
Is it snowing as well?
だよな。
決まってるだろ。今が春じゃなきゃいつが春だって言うんだよ。
ならさ、北国でもないこの場所で春先に雪が
I've been
降る
in
ものなのかな。
Nagano City, Matsumoto
何を言っ
City,
て。
kind of central Japan, north from Yokohama, and it had snowed in spring.
本当だわ。雪。
季節外れのなんていうにはちょっと外れすぎだと思うんだよな。
確かに。
こっちじゃ先週も降ってたな。地元じゃ異常気象だって話してた。
最近あちこちでそんなニュースを見かけるよな。おい。
Wow, that really picked up quick.
吹雪いてきたんだけど。
このままここにいては危険だな。僕が見てくるからみんなは先に帰ってもらえないか。
Hold up in the tunnel.
それよりすぐそこのトンネルに入りませんか。これじゃ校舎に帰り着く前にどうにかなっちゃうかも。
確かにそうね。室内じゃないけどこんな場所よりはずっとマシだと思います。
それもそうだな。よし、みんなとりあえずトンネルに避難しよう。
Shame about the loading. Kind of ruined the suspense there a little bit.
さきたち こんなとこ通って行ったのか。
I don't know, Tana's cold. Aoi doesn't look like she's shaking that picture.
このトンネル今も使われてるの？外からは随分ボロボロに見えたけど。少なくとも俺がこっちに来てからは使われてないな。この先は地元の悪ガキたちだって近寄らねえとこだ。長いこと人の手が入らなかった場所だぜ。野犬とかイノシシとかマジの獣だって出るからな。
Wild boars, certainly a thing.
そんなとこに
Got monkeys, bears, boars, all in the wild here.
気にせず進んだろうな。あいつは
On the way to Atami City, the train goes along the coast and some of the stops warn you about monkeys and stuff. So welcome to X train station. Be careful of X animal.
本当に真っ暗だな。ほとんど前が見えないよ。
でもこういうのなんか探検みたいでワクワクしてこない？
ほら、遊びじゃないんだぞ。でも確かにこれじゃ危ないな。そうだ、カメラのライトを使えば。うわ、怖え。
もうやめてよミノルくん。
いきなり大声出すなよ。こっちまで驚いたじゃないか。
ごめん。でもこんなの見たらさ。
これはしめ縄か？
こんなところにどうして？
もしかしたらここは神聖な場所として祀られているのかもしれ
Let
ない。
Kaito tell us.
そういえばさっきあそこには入っちゃいけないって言われてたと言っていたね。
おう、この村じゃたたりがあるとかって子供たちが遊び半分で入らないように強く言い聞かされてるのさ。
何？トンネルの入り口から風が。
うわ、やばいな。外はだいぶ吹雪いてきたみたいだ。
3人も危ないんじゃないか。急いで神社に行って連れ戻さなきゃ。そうだね、急ごう。
Come on, Kaito. Give us some more information about the shrine. Where is it? Is it outside? Inside? Is this normal? Almost like Kaito is the shrinking violet.
あれ、吹雪は？
そんなに長いトンネルじゃないのに、どういうことかしら。
And the art in the background is snow.
ラッキー、すっかり呼んでるじゃん。
というより、トンネルのこちら側は全然降ってなかったって様子よね。
Can't say I'm familiar with the name of that plant, but it is one that looks familiar.
それにこの花、なんかすごくない？森一面真っ赤だ。なんだっけ、図鑑で見たことある気が。
これって彼岸花よね、確か。
そうだそうだ、それだ。でも彼岸花って確か春じゃなくて。
そう、秋に咲く花。一体どういうこと？
Ooh, time travel shenanigans, is there? Yeah, I heard that little audio glitch just then. Oh, that's good to know. They're not going to end us. Yeah, but that's very localized. I can see that. A little creepy. Perhaps it's the vibrancy of the red.
おい、急ごう。すぐにここも雪が降ってくるはずだ。とにかく神社へ行こう。
そうだね。案内をよろしく頼むよ。
この辺りにサキたちがいないようだな。神社はこの奥か。
Taking us straight there, yes, it is okay. It is an old one. A little beat up as well.
こんな森の中に神社なんてさ、参拝客とかって来るのかな。
まさか。むしろ絶対に近づくなって強く言われてるぜ。
A god that needed a shrine, but also wanted no one to visit it.
さんたちの姿どこにもないわ。
さっき人影は見えたんだけどな。どこ行ったんだろう。
Inside?
ちょっとこの辺りみんなで探してみようか。
It's a little obvious. But L1R1 only takes me to old shrine, so sure.
見た目は
Most shrines not really allowed in. It doesn't stop you looking in. A lot of them have doors and windows where enable you to view inside.
なんかすごい雰囲気のある神社だな。変な模様があちこちにあるぜ。
That's not surprising. If you go to one of these shrines, look at the wood around
やっ
it.
ぱあれだぜ。きっと
A
お
lot
金
of them
邪
have
神像でも中に祀ってあるん
some
だ
sort
ぜ
of。animals in the
邪
in the
神
wood,
かど
the
うかはわ
carvings.
からないけど、何か祀ってあるのは普通じゃないわね。
なんだろう。動物？鳥？
Certainly describes a Digimon, doesn't it?
ちょっと判別がつかないけど、いろんな動物の模様があちこちに見えるわ。
おお、なんだこれ。狛犬？いや、犬か？確かに見たことねえもん
Is that
ばっか。
Leomon?
すげえ。
ほらミノルくん、今は写真なんか撮っている場合じゃないだろう。
でもさ。
What do we think? Take more? Enough? Let him have it. I'm gonna say let him have his fun. Why not?
いや、写真を撮ることも必要かもしれない。
Why does the autoplay keep stopping? I don't
ど
know.
ういうこと？
撮影しながら周りを見ていれば何かに気づくかもだし、見落としたものがあったら見返すことができるだろ。なるほど。そういうことなら、まあ。
ほら、さっさと行くぞ。早く見つけてやんねえと。
ああ、ごめん。それじゃあ行こう。 当に獣を祀った神社なんてあるんだ。
変わったご神体なんてそりゃ日本中にあるけどさ、タコを祀ったのとか曲がった巨木
Yes,
とか、
trees is something that
あ
people
と割と
worship
ポピュラ
here.
ーなのでエッチな形のを祀ったやつとかさ。
You can go to some places
そういう話はやめないと。
touch really old, big, thick trees.
もうミノルくんってば
There's
それ
one
にしてもここって
near Atami City.
今回の課外学
That's
習
in
の
a
伝承
shrine.
にまつわる場所
So
な
the
のか
shrine
しら。
itself is for one thing, but
伝承
adjacent to it or connected to it is a really old, thick tree that you can also walk around.
ここには足を踏み入れるなって言われてるし、あまり詳しいことは知らない。ただ地元ではここじゃ神隠しが起きるなんて話もあるぜ。
そうなの？怖い話ね。
What was that?
なんだ今の音、聞いたことのない音だったぞ。
A Digimon cry or a door opening?
風で木か何かがきしんだ音だろ。そんなことより早く探すぞ。
みんなあまり離れないように。
Exploration time. So yeah, the shrine, we can talk to people, but Spider Lily Forest, we can talk to people and progress the story. I'm guessing I can't move the cursor, but left, I think it's the tunnel exit. So we talk to whoever's here. No clues here, but we can talk to these guys. And if this is all based on kind of relationships, building relationships and those relationships affect the story, perhaps it's worth talking to people. Oh, Minaru. Yeah, that does look an especially big, thick Torii gate. I want to just, like, we've had him be angry at Minoru. Let's see what Minoru has to say will change now. Nope. Well, L2. You can see at the bottom here we've got L2 map, but it doesn't say. Oh, it does say L auto. Oh well. Okay, Spider Lily Forest. Let's continue the story. This video will be a little longer than typical Cloud Monday videos. I think the speed of this is a little slow, so perhaps we can give it a little bit more time to breathe, so to speak. I don't know, calling them friends does seem a little bit of a stretch. Classmates for sure, but friends? Is that what we need to do here? Oh, okay, we've got to switch between places. This does remind me a lot of Daedalus and the Awakening of Golden Jazz. That's also leaving the service. Same time as this. But I've already done a playthrough of that game. That was the debut game for Stories on Tuesday. So you can check that video out. That's got a start to finish video of that story if you're interested. Ooh, can we do that? Oh, we can. Anytime, okay. Hey, you see that? Got vibration in the controller as well. So how do I take a photo there? Gets an R2. No. X. Yeah, it's a Digimon, isn't it? Don't run away. Yes, wait for us. Ah, so that's not where we came out of. Okay.
なんだこれ。結構大きいな。すごい。これは遺跡？随分と古いもののようだ。
Almost look prehistoric.
これが何か知ってる？
いや、こんなものがあるなんて聞いたこともない。神社のすぐ裏だし、いくら禁足地とはいえ、誰かから話の一つでも聞いていてもおかしくない。おかしくないはずだが。ミュウのやつ、もしかしてこの中に入ったのか？
いくらなんでもこんなところに女の子が入ったりは。
いや、あいつのことだ。きっとこの中に入ったんだろう。
それにさきだって入っちゃいそうじゃない？面白そうとか言って。
確かに。
ミュウ。あ、だから勝手なことは。
Poor Suji. I think don't go alone, Kato.
待てカイト、一人で行くな。
Damn it, autoplay keeps turning off.
もたもたしてられっか。
I don't know why.
家に何かあったらどうすんだ。しょうがない。僕らも行こう。
おーい、サキりょ
いたら返事をして。
Some cool art.
ああ、いたいた。あ、どうしたの？
Did you find her cat head?
急いで行くから
Cat hat, I
心
mean.
配したわ。
ああ、すまない。あれは壁一面に絵が。これはすごいな。
Actually, yes, it's open to the elements. Surprised that it's survived.
すげえな。なんつうか、圧倒されちまうな。
ええ、なんというか、とても神聖な感じがするわ。
I recognise that Digimon in the background there.
おい、そんなにあっけに取られてるんじゃねえよ。俺らの目的は違うだろ。
ああ、そうだったそうだった。ごめんな、つい。
Father in, find the others. What's this shrine? Well, no one knows what the shrine is. Let's say find the others, because I think that's pretty much let's go farther in. It says harmony changed. I would like a bit more of a visual representation of that's positive or negative.
ミュウ、どこだ。
That doesn't look like.
ん？君たちは。
あ、どうも。はじめまして。
誰？
そう。
Can I use the camera now?
君たち、ここは入ったらダメな場所だぞ。何をしているんだ？
あ、僕たちは。そういうあんたこそ、こんなとこで何してんだ？
ん？ああ、心配しないでくれ。怪しいものじゃない。私はこの地域に伝わる獣神信仰を研究しているものだ。この祠は獣神信仰にゆかりのある場所でね、許可を得て調査をしていたところだった。
Don't think so somehow.
研究調査？もしかして学者さんですか？
ああ、専攻は日本古代史で、この近くの大学で日本史学研究の教鞭を取らせてもらって。
What university?
じゃあ、教授さんなんですか？
私なぞ学会では異端視されていてね。いや、君たちにこぼすような話でもないか。それで君たちはこんなところに何をしに来たんだい？
ああ、それなんですが。俺は他んとこ探してくるわ。
あ、こら！修二さん、修二さん。とりあえず好きにやらせときましょう。
Thing is, all we've seen is a square room with an entrance tunnel. Where else could they be? Where else could they go? Oh, look at the mural. Might as well check it out. There's no like take camera button. I'm not picking up anything there. Or the one on the other side. But I'm pressing X, assuming that's what the take photo button is, but nothing. I guess we gotta talk to the man. I think that's a hint. I don't recognise that big one on the left there. Oh, Showa era. What's that? 20s to 80s? Then it was Heisei era, and now we're in the Reiwa era. Yeah. By doing the story, are we going to trigger the next interaction thing here? Doesn't look like these are spooky murals. I think I recognise the Digimon on the left there. I don't remember the names of them, but they're ones I've seen in the anime. So, mutated is what he thinks. He believes the Digimon be mutations rather than actual Digimon. Agumon, I know that one. Is that TJ's Digimon? I'm trying to remember the Digimon from the original TV show in Digimon Try. I'm trying to remember the names of the characters. Oh? We found them?
うわ、なんだなんだ
Did she just walk through that wall?
この子みゆちゃんじゃない。
どうしたんだ？何があったの？
なんか変なのにいきなり出くわして逃げて。あ、さきちゃん置いてきちゃった。
今の声、さき。
そうと、さっきの神社の方だ。おい、行ってみようぜ。
なんだこの霧。
確かに、さっきまではこんなじゃなかったのに。これうかつに飛び出したら俺たちまで本当に迷子になっちまうぞ。
それよりさきさんはさっきの悲鳴って一体。こっち来ないで。
何？
Ah, I recognise that Digimon.
何かに
Again, I
襲わ
can't
れて
remember
る
the name of it.
痴漢とか？
こんな山の中にいるわけないでしょ。
イノシシか何か。なんかうごめいてるぞ。
おい、なんか今光らなかった？
さあ、声のする方に行ってみましょう。
見間違いじゃないのか。この霧でよく見えないよ。それにしてもなんだこの霧。
私も気になるけど、今はさきさんの悲鳴が先よ。
ああ。おい、さき、りょう、大丈夫か？
待って、何かいる。
Yeah, I see it. Don't need a camera for that.
なんだあれ、石像？
違う、動いてるぞこいつ。
なんだって、そんなバカな。またあの音だ。この変なやつが出していたのか。こっち来んな。
あれは何なの？
I was about to say we lost Kaito, but then he is.
さっき悲鳴が聞こえたが。ミエ、そこにいたのか。
お兄ちゃんがなんで？待っててさきさん、今助けるから。葵ちゃんなの？待って、こっち来ちゃダメ。
早く助けろよ。
変なのがこっちに。
どうします？
来ちゃダメって言われても放っておけるわけないでしょ。
何やってんだ。早くしろよ。
あれは獣神。まさかそんなこと。
And I am going to save and call it a day for this part of Cloud Monday. Safe to say that the frequent autosaves and the frequent ability for us to save do make this a pretty decent game to stream from the cloud. But of course, this is just part 1. We'll do part 2 next week. But before we do that, what we're going to do next is we're going to head to the PlayStation 4's internet speed test, so we get a rough idea with the conditions I'm working with today. So, let's head there now. Alright, in network, we got test internet connection, and my PS4 is connected to the router via Ethernet. So you can see the download and upload speeds are really nice. 70 megabytes a second, or in the 70s, is really good for download. And upload, it's not hugely important to have it as high, but I'll certainly take it. So that kind of helps explain why we had such a good streaming experience today. But of course, we will do it across 2 parts to kind of get an average. There are times when we get a worse second part or a worse first part. And it is kind of nice to have that happen, because then we get to see what the quality is like. If the bitrate is dropped, then the quality of the video is dropped. It's like choosing 720p to 1080p on YouTube. It wants us to play in order to do its best to keep us playing on the cloud, so it will drop the video quality. So how does the game look when that happens? And we had no macro blocking, we had no zebra striping, no stream tears. Again, if these do happen, it's useful to see just how the game like this will look like. So far, though, it's a nice experience. It is a little slow, the game. It is very much a visual novel at the moment. The fact it took, well, after the prologue, over an hour to get the next Digimon to appear. I do wonder if this is almost like a 30-40 hour game. Because whatever happens to these kids hasn't happened yet. For example, in the original Digimon show, and of course the remake, they get sent to the Digiland. I can't remember the proper name. You know, they go from Earth to the Digiland. They become the Digidestined. That happens in the first episode, in like the first 10-15 minutes at most. I can't quite remember now. But here, hour and a half in, we're still on Earth. Yes, spooky stuff is starting to happen. So, if this game is leaving in 15 odd days, you're going to need a longer streaming experience. And we did an hour and a half today to try and cover a longer span of time. And we'll do that again in part 2. We'll do a slightly longer one, again, just to highlight a longer streaming experience. But with the autosaves as frequent as they are, and manual saves as accessible as they are, at the moment, streaming it from the cloud doesn't seem like a bad idea. So if that's how you're playing it, or that's how you played it, let us know in the comments. It really would be interesting to hear from you, your experience with the game. But as for me, I definitely will come up with part 2. But whether or not I will continue after that, oof. I mean, I've got my own stories on Tuesday game to do, and if I get this from PlayStation Plus, I don't think I'll have enough time to finish it with my recording schedule as it is. But if you do, of course, again, maybe not spoil the story at the moment. Maybe save that for part 2. Come back in part 2 and comment there. But yeah, that will do for part 1. So, until the next Cloud Monday video, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists, shorts, or even live streams on YouTube. Or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi. As a small YouTube channel, we get no money from YouTube. But with Ko-fi, we can get donations, including PayPal donations, but we also have subscription tiers, so maybe one of them will interest you. But wherever or whenever I see you again, please take care.